to our agenda. Maxime, you are up first. So we've, pretty excited to have two really innovative alfalfa management projects on the go. Maxime had developed these. They are his brainchild, and we'll invite him to share screen and present some detail on these two projects.
Good. Hi, everyone. I will present rapidly back myself, Maxime Leduc. I did 2 years at Lactanet, and after that, I am also a sheep producer. And in the past 2 or 3 years, I was more interested about how we can improve the decisions by the producer. And what we arrived at the conclusion is the producer don't have decision support tool like the dairy, the cash crop have right now. And one of the biggest problem was because we don't collecting data. Because we don't have collecting data, we are not able to develop decision support tool. And it's where I come from, the partnership with the CFGA and with a big number of field advisor to do two big project that was financed by the CAPS program. And 2 of them, I will call that CASPP-035 and CASPP-040. I will show you more in a little bit detail what is it, because we complete last summer first data collection. We have some issues, some challenge that appeared there. The first project, CASPP-035, the title was the ADI decision support tool for optimizing alfalfa yield and nutrition value. And the idea of this is to provide the first decision support tool that allow from a simple forage analysis to producer to be able to say, look, if you have this based on your forage analysis and some other data where come from your field, we can say that you did not achieve your full potential of your field due to deficiency in different nutrients, due to compaction problem, due to weather condition, like that from a simple forage analysis to give rapid feedback to the producer. And also from a simple soil analysis to say to producer, oh, look, if you don't correct your soil pH or you don't correct this attribute of your soil, it will lead to a loss, possible loss of reduction of yield for the next 3 years of X amount. And I will show you an example kind of dashboard that will show the different activity, just scientific coordination, development of the platform, field data collection by the field advisor, where we have 20 field advisor collecting data on 80 farms during 3 years, and the algorithm development with the Polytechnic school. I am their collaborator. We have Coordination Service Conseil doing a big job in Quebec for helping me with the field advisor to collecting data. Bruno Agar from professor at École Polytechnique. Marc-Olivier Gazer from IRDA, from the soil health specialist. Logiag for the development. Guillaume Giego is an expert advisor. 19 agronomists in Quebec and 1 agronomist in Nova Scotia, where we're collecting data on 80 farms. The kind of data that we are collecting, you see here the distribution. It's mainly in Quebec and Nova Scotia. We're collecting yield at first, second, and third cut. We have soil sample, we have management practice, and we have weather data, topography data, and picture of the yield itself. And after that, we measure the forage quality and the nutrient value and the proportion of grass and legume inside the mix. Here's a kind of dashboard. It's a project that will be complete in 2024. Is the kind of dashboard. To give you an example, it's just a template here. The idea is from a simple forage analysis, be able to identify, look, I believe you have reduction in the yield due to sulfur deficiency at 70% of chance, due to pH of the soil, and potassium, that are the 3 big factors that will lead to reduction of your yield. And then to be able to give an estimate what you can do to improve it. And this is the same kind of report, but for soil analysis from a field to say, look, if you don't correct your stuff, you will observe a reduction of yield over the years of this amount if you don't correct your potassium, pH, or other micronutrient. We have some challenge during the project with Laval University for the software development those years. We have some issue because we provide some landmark to field advisor to refine every time where is it. We provided like a metal detector right now to field advisor to help to collect this. The transport of the forage sample, because they are frozen at the farm, that was sent directly to Laval University to be analyzed. Some of them have issue, but we was able to collect for 1,500 forage sample this year's coming from all the field advisor. And we have some problematic field advisor that it's like everybody, it's a normal distribution. It's not all the field advisor that are good. And we have one or two more problematic field advisor that during the project, but that will not affect the data collection. And we're doing another data collection this year, 2022, and we're doing a third one in 2023. And the second project is CASPP-040. It's a AI-driven decision support tool for assessing the winter's alfalfa survival and persistency. The idea of this project is to develop the first decision support tool to assess and improve the winter survival rate and persistency of alfalfa using scouting data from the field and also remote imagery sensing. To be able to predict and assess the winter survival, either with drone, either with satellite imagery, to be able to rapidly look what is your stem count, what is the condition right now in the field, identify which factor that affecting your winter survival. Is it your cutting management? Is it your soil analysis? Is it your menu application? Or is your topography that create this problem? Or it can be the winter. And also recommend other management practice. They have different activity that is kind of boring. We still have data collection, but the data collection right now, we have field advisor in Manitoba, we have two in Ontario, and a big group in Quebec where we have around 1,500 localization where we record the stem counts in the spring, in the falls. We have 27 field advisors that take drone picture of the field they visit in the spring to be able to develop algorithm in the future based on drone picture to assess the stand. And we have activity of remote sensing development, and we have the platform development decision tool. Me, I collaborate with Cedric for the coordination. We have scientific team, Karim Chakmaniat, YNRS, Zed Adamamik from YNRS, Vyacheslav Adamchuk, Philippe Seguin, that understanders that is part of this as an expert. And we developed the software at Logiac to improve it. And we have one postdoc at YNRS, one postdoc in McGill that helped to develop this model until April 2024. For this, we have an agronomist team of 31 agronomists, Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec, and no more in New Brunswick. And here we see the localization of the observation we're taking in Ontario and in Quebec where they're found. Before to go to challenge, here is one of the dashboard that we'd like to be able to develop the model to be able to doing it in the future, is to be able to say to producer, look, in your field, you have bad winter survival. That is due to the stand age, due to number of cut that you're doing, the cultivar that you're using, because we try to collecting which kind of cultivar is provided by the producer. And that's another tool. It's just the basic evaluation guideline from Wisconsin, Ontario, and Quebec. They have different version. We take the data collected by the field advisor and provide them to them rapidly. And in the future, we'll have also solution for satellite imagery. For this project, mainly we have a software development challenge that I manage right now. Also finding the landmark. Some problem with field advisor that just wake up in October, say, oh, I did not collect any data for you. I did not tell you. And we lost a postdoc in in falls that did not doing a good job. Then that is it for the two project. I would like to show you the real tool right now. It just for the with the issue of the postdoc and the data collection, the issue with some Laval University. was not able to develop real algorithm, real tool. It's just the dashboard that was showed to field advisor to obtain their feedback that we are right now. I open to any question.
Questions from Maxime. So did you say you were going to show the tool now, Maxime?
Right now, it's more a decision support tool for collecting data and reporting dashboard. I have a meeting tomorrow just to, like, not the issue, but to make something nicer, because I think they need some improvement and some user-friendly issue I need to solve. But the field advisor, the 31 field advisor collecting the data, we have basic report that we provide to the field advisor, the 31. But for a commercial version right now of the tool, my goal was March. It wasn't possible to doing it because the stem count is during the spring. I will not do knitting during the spring, but we'll continue to develop the different dashboard and improve the process. And my real goal is to have something functional for 2023. And that is my mission tomorrow for 3 meeting hour to make sure we achieve this goal.
Perfect. Well, you're nothing if you're
and you have some question why they don't have any in Saskatchewan, Alberta, or BC. The issue there in this kind of project where we need data modeling approach is, it's a question that was asked by the reviewer in Agriculture Canada. It's that we don't want to be inclusive. It just we need a critical amount of data to reflect the condition, because if we spread across the Quebec, Canada, it will be a limited amount of data, not enough diversified condition, and it will be impossible for it. And what we do right now is to build the model, test it, validate with enough, I believe, enough data to start the wheel. And after that, it will be possible to implement in other province. And it's also important to know that all the data collection is collected for free by the field advisor. In Quebec, you have some, you have grant that paying the field advisor or company. That is kind of challenging because all the money that we obtain is for paying for the analysis, paying the data collection tool, the drone, and the student to be able to move forward. Then it was a decision to say, look, we prefer to have a smaller amount of region, try to doing something functional, and after that, that the proof of concept work, implementing in other province. I agree with you, is different growing condition. And Saskatchewan and Alberta, it's just because we need to have staff to collecting this data in the field. And also it's a limited budget because when you provide this amount of, just to let you know, all the landmark that we use to mark the place, it's $6. We bought for $6,000 of this landmark. It's kind of very expensive to move forward. It's not we don't want, it just, if I have $2 million or $3 million, I will be glad to be able to do in another province, but this. And yes, the green degree will be there, Jay.
Jay also had a comment here about the Ontario sites all seeming to be up north.
Is it that is part? I have a meeting with the post. The guy responsible for the weather data, Jay, left in November. A new one came in February. I show what you request for the going degree day to him. I want this dashboard. It should be doing that in the next month. Any work done on the value of having alfalfa in the rotation? What do you mean, Eric?
Just soil health, like just the long-term effects of having alfalfa in a rotation. We're just
that is part
here. Sorry, go ahead.
That is a good question. What I apply, not with this project, another project here specifically in Quebec. We should have news in a couple of weeks about this. It's about to be able to evaluate what is the using satellite imagery and historical data to be able to answer this question for you.
Okay, thanks.
but I agree it should give benefit. It just, if we have the grant in 3 weeks, I will send you an email saying, look, I have the grant. I will be able to answer your question. Or I will say, no, right now we don't have this grant from the Quebec to answer this question.
So another question here, Maxime, about the dashboard to look like the UPIC tool.
What we're using right now, Mr. Martin Amour, we use the platform Tableau because it's allowed to integrate both satellite imagery, different dashboard, and it was cheaper because right now I have kind of free license for during the time of the process. For sure, tool in agriculture right now sometimes are ugly, and it's very important that we care about the user friendliness and the UX experience on it. I cannot judge about the solution made by UPIC, but my goal is to make a feedback with my 35 field advisor to think, do you think the producer will like this kind of report, yes or no? And we will try to adapt during the next 2 years. And my location is more near Hamilton, and I have only 2 field advisor, more near Hamilton and just at the corner, just beside the border between the Quebec and Ontario. I just only 2 places where collecting data. It just, when we make a call to everyone, do you want to participate? I had 3 persons, but only 2 want to be on board. And it's the same thing that we did in Manitoba, in Quebec. We send an email to everyone. Do you want to participate? Here's the condition, yes or no. And because the limiting factor here is just because we don't paying the field advisor. We're providing iPad and some tool, but for some of them also working on it for tax credit for research and development for them. But right now it's not a lot in Ontario.
So on that, Maxime, what's well, we're a fair ways into the project now. What's the opportunity to add additional sites if there were other contractors or agronomists that want to be part of this?
My only limitation right now is the software application, because my goal was to increase the amount of person collecting more data this spring. But right now, due to some issue about user friendliness, it will be a nightmare for me to manage all this new person, bringing that together. Is the only reason that I don't have this news today to say, look, we make a training, how to using it, how to provide, how to generate data for your producer. The only reason is software development issue that we had, and I chasing this problem since December.
So thinking a little bit longer term here to May's comments and Ed's comments about, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, thinking about Serena too, in the BC context. Once we get this model built for the existing provinces, is there any reason why, or what's our long-term goal for expanding that for use across Canada?
Why is the long-term goal? Right now, I just try to make the software working. That is my first priority, just to make everybody on board, to bring on board the new postdoc. And after that, and to make sure I finish my financial years. And after that, I will be able to dream. I don't want to make false promise, but everything you request, it's my goal. It just, I need to have something to provide. And that is my responsibility as a project manager and partner in this project. Excellent. It's not a nice answer, but it's a true answer.
Well, and that's fair enough. And I'm thinking about, our friends and colleagues in Alberta, with Finn currently embarking on a research priority setting exercise over the coming months. If this is an opportunity to build that further west, kind of that semi-arid environment into the tool, we're going to require some research dollars to make that happen. Perhaps that's an opportunity for us to link into those processes and see that work done.
The question, the group, or in that, Cedric can provide you my email, and I will be glad to answer your question in French or English.
Wonderful. Thanks,
Thank you,
Maxime.
Cedric.
Thanks for your great work. Thanks for your leadership on this.